I don't get it.
We just went live.
Cool.
Did you see that video, Frank? That guy posting where that one training school where he had his nice ass orange hat on and he was wearing with his pimp suit on and he was doing the video about trying to. He's never even owned a truck, right? This guy, and you can follow the timeline. And then he has, I think he worked for Western Express before he became a trainer. And
Yeah.
the guy, I know him personally. I just don't want to beat nobody up no more, you know. And
well, if you want to say his name, I'll beat him up. I don't care.
So it's like that RBBS guy. It's on YouTube right now.
That
one training school. So he did a video because he's trying to declare why dispatching services and brokerages. He's telling dispatching services they don't have nothing to worry about with all these politicians in there rewriting broker laws. Like that's what they're doing right now because they make dispatching service regulated. They're going to do it to brokers too. Like they're going to change it all. So it's like, you know, that's going to happen.
That's what some of these great freedom fighters. We're freedom. They want to regulate fucking the trucking industry more. That's not freedom fighters. That's socialism, bitch.
But why do you want to regulate it more? If you were
because they don't know how to deal. They don't know. They want somebody to do shit for them, give them something for nothing. You know, they want brokers to go out there. There's JJ. What up?
What's up, JJ? I love Miss Sebastian. That's Marie.
Marie
with
they want people to do shit for nothing. They want they want brokers to go out and get customers, wine them and dine them, court them, do the rates, finance everything so they can pay them every Friday, and then tell you what you will and will not pay. Those people can kiss my big old Irish ass right in the middle.
It's like,
I will never tell you
how is trucking
what I charge a customer for a load. And if that means we don't do business, I don't care.
Here's the other part, man.
I don't care.
Like, here's another thing I'm having a problem with too, because no one pays my bills, right?
No.
I have to work for it. And no one dictates my livelihood. I can change anything I want to, not one person. If I want to sell insurance, I sell insurance. I want to sell factoring, I sell factoring. I want to go do equipment finance and sell your trucks, I'll fucking go sell your trucks and make money. If I want to go get a customer, I can get a customer. If I want to go be a broker, I can be a broker. I can do anything I want. If I want to get a CDL or that one and be a truck driver and go truck driving school, no one says I can't. I can't. No one held a gun for me to make that decision. I'm so sick and tired of people out there. Like, I see people that went to nurses, doctors, CNAs, people that worked in restaurants to feed the fucking drivers, all people that work in stores to put the food in there and make sure you can buy them. All these people, they had a choice to take that job. They have a choice to take a better job. They have a choice to be home on weekends. They have a choice to run local. They have a choice to freight chase. You have a choice to let a dispatching service fuck over your company. You have a choice to live on load boards, right, Frank?
Yeah. Somebody put a comment on it. This is going to collapse soon.
Yeah, they're either in somewhere. What's going to collapse? I don't see any collapse.
I don't either.
Dude, I was literally in the pool this weekend, right? When I called you, remember we were at the pool at my apartment complex. I met a lady that I'm getting ready to go talk to. She's a part of that big beauty supply chain that's up in Danville, Illinois, and Roanoke, Virginia, and Chicago. And she was telling me how all they work with was carriers and they can't even get enough. And they hate using brokers right now because the brokers are not all brokers, but brokers are fluctuating the rates based off the trucks. She said, 1 minute trucks went $4 to $5 a mile. The next minute truck wants vice versa. Well, why is that so different in numbers of trucks? And why do we care what the other trucking company calls for?
I don't get it. I don't know. Why do you care? Why do you care what I charge as long as I pay you what you ask for? Why do you care?
I don't care. Why do I care what you pay your drivers or your trucking company when all my guys like to be home every other night on the weekend, and they're perfectly good at $2.75 a mile with 50 to 80 cent fuel discounts off the pump on their mom and pop card. And we fluctuate at 20 to 30 cents a week, depending on what the fuel was the last 3 weeks. My guys like that. Your guys have to have $8. What does it matter?
Yeah. I don't know what's going to collapse. My My biggest customer started calling me at 6:30 this morning. How many more trucks can you give me? How many more trucks have you got? What do you got? What do you got? Frank's been running around like a chicken with his head cut off, trying to keep these guys busy today.
Dude, I see everything going everywhere. I don't know why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Like it always comes back down to the load board, right? And so do we have to explain this again how it works, right? With load boards?
No, because I'm sick of it, because you explain it to people. We've explained it to people for 3 years, and then they'll get on Facebook.
Five. The post came up for
5 years. They'll get on Facebook and they'll say, yeah, I'm over here in Baltimore right now, and I can't find no loads for $4 a mile. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to park my truck. I'm tired of it. You can't tell them anything. They're still playing the DAP board, and they think they can run a company like that. They do. They think they can run a company like that.
You know, it's so funny when you see the people, I turned down that load and the other one took it. Well, how are you sitting there 2 days? Well, the guy that you're yelling about on Facebook to turn down the load made bigger money coming down to the load. He's taking the other one to get back to do his other one.
Yeah, because he knows if he goes to Denver, he better get his money going out, because he ain't going to get it coming back, because he ain't stupid.
So why do we have to be freight chasing in the first place?
I don't because the whole because just like you said a while ago when we were talking on the phone, you got a guy, he calls 25 customers and he gets 4 of them to answer the phone, and he's upset and he's mad. He just doesn't want to do it anymore. Calling 25 customers ain't shit. If you're gonna sit there and call people on the phone all day, every day, you ain't even getting warmed up at 25 customers. You're just getting started.
Let alone
you better get off your ass and do what I've been telling you for 5 years. Go see them, walk in the door, hand them a cookie, shake their hand, give them a shaggy hat.
I'll tell you what, like in August,
tell them the dog pound sucks. Talk to them. Be a person.
I'm telling you, in July, we're going in July, right after July, right around like when we get back from Worlds with my wife. You're coming up with that Can-Am, or we'll go down there. We'll drive both of the Can-Am Spiders on video to the customers together and walk in. You wear your hair, and I'll wear my tank top and hat.
Yeah, and we will get customers.
We're gonna do it live. I've been wanting to do this. I've been telling Melissa, I just want to go do a road trip, like down Highway 40 over here, or down there. There's so many customers. Like I'm gonna go take screenshots of every one. Their buildings don't even have gates around them. There's flatbeds sitting right there. It's weird. It's like, I wonder if they do drop trailers. Well, there's drop trailers in their parking lot.
There's 30 of them in the parking lot. What do you think? What do you think? Are you pulling there? And there's guys with vans going in and out, and you sit there and go, gee, I wonder if these guys do vans or flatbeds.
I don't know.
What do you think?
I wonder if they work with carriers. I don't know. Why don't you Google it and see who's driving in and call a guy up and ask if they work with brokers when they go to that customer, if they work for.
It's just like you said, everybody needs trucks right now. The great collapse. And I put a post on one of the other pages, and they probably kicked me out of their group too. And I don't give a fuck. I don't care about those people. But somebody said something about all these guys are going broke. I said, the ones that don't understand fuel surcharge are definitely going to go broke. It's $6. It's crazy. And she responded and she said, well, there's more to it than that, because these brokers won't give it to you. And I go, well, if you're living off broker boards, but then, so that gets back into that same situation, that same conversation. And I'm sick to death of it. I'm sick.
I can't take it.
The big brokers are not going to give you a fuel surcharge, people, because they're keeping it.
They're going to give you a rate. A rate.
They keep it. They're keeping your money. And here's the news, and this is going to hurt your feelings. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but this is going to hurt your feelings. They don't give a fuck if you make it or not. They don't care. They don't care if you feed your family. They don't care. They don't care if you make a profit. They don't care if you make your truck payment. They don't care if your insurance went up. They don't care. They want the cheapest guy at the cheapest rate, and that's what they cater to. That's what they cater to.
That's why Corey, you go back to the same with Corey. Look at me and him not talking no more. I've been with the little fucker for so long, helping him. And the minute that he sees that he can make a killing now because he's got help from my students, the first thing he does is start cutting a couple of his carriers because he can't.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they want to come back to me and say, hey, your buddy Corey got me. That's because he's a fucking broker. He's not a trucking company. He ain't got nothing. Him and Angie are fucking brokers, and is whatever they can do to make money and hit buy more houses.
You know what? Give a fuck. One of the guys that buys trucks from me called me up. He said, he says, Corey cut me. So you know what I did? I went to another guy. He said, we didn't even lose one day work. We just went to another guy. We're doing the same shit we used to do. Better rates.
They just went to the nursery.
Huh?
He went to the nursery.
Yeah. He's making a killing. Well, he was, but gee, he's in so much trouble, man. He went on vacation this week.
Did he?
Yeah. I don't understand people that go to Mackinac Island. I don't get it.
I love Mackinac.
I think people leave Mackinac on vacation. They don't go there.
Then how much have you charged per mile for fuel surcharge? Why? See, you keep talking about the fuel surcharge. I have a problem with this, right? So if a guy goes and he sits down in Shaggy's class, like in a consulting, right?
Yeah.
The first thing we do is we look at what their fuel is for the last 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
And we go 1,500, 2,500, 2,600. Okay, well, last week it was 25. This week is 26. Next week is 27. So how much did it go up? $100 a week.
Yeah, $100.
We're over here looking at your fuel discounts. Well, half of you motherfuckers are using that fucking TAP program prepaid Rodex fuel card where you think you're getting discounts, but you're not. You're getting 20 cents off at a gallon and 15 cents off at a gallon. And then you might get a little better at NASDAQ if you're over there. But are you actually making sure that every stop has a discount and how that discount plays into your plan, right? Because I see discounts of 50 to 80 cents to 91 and $1 on EFS this morning on FTS Plus. That's the XPO card.
Yeah.
So if
somebody asked a question, how much do you have to charge per mile before?
That's why I'm talking about this.
Yeah. The fuck? We've been through this.
I know that's why I'm explaining it again. That's where the comment came from. You know what I mean?
Sparky.
Oh,
Sparky. So now there's a guy, Sparky puts an ad out on social media looking for drivers, which, by the way, he's full. He doesn't need any more drivers. He's all full up. Okay? Hold on.
But you take somebody like Sparky and you asked him what it costs per mile for him to put a driver in a truck. I bet you he could rattle that number off.
Yeah, but he put an ad up there, and the responses he was getting were, okay, I only want to work Monday through Thursday, and I had $2,000 a week. I need a 2-year-old truck. I need HBO. And Sparky goes, well, I've had this account for years. I do this, and this. You'll make this much money, but you're going to work for it, and you're going to do it. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Well, he got enough people to call that he finally found some real guys. And he filled up. He filled up his slots. He doesn't have any slots open. So he's sitting there. He's got a buddy. He's got a great big brokerage. And he's sitting there and calls him up. Goes by his office, say hello. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Sparky, what up? Goes in there and he goes, let me show you something. He said, I trained all my girls to do this. I want to show you something. Takes them in the brokerage office. The girls are answering the phone. And they go, yeah, how much do you need to haul that load? What is your rate? That's what he taught them how to do. Those truck drivers are sitting there quoting him $300 to $400 less than he has in the load.
That's the same way if they go get the governor and make it transparency. It would be no different. You'd be like,
it's no different. But Sparky's sitting there and all these girls are answering the phone. How much? How much? How much? And the truck drivers are quoting the race and they're going, okay, I'll do it. There's Kyle. What up, Kyle? Moran, we see you on there, and I saw you post that shit this morning. We got your back. You know that. I mean, you know Moran.
He just get all nervous because I called him the other day, and he wants to get his trucking company started because he's moving over here, and he's saved up all his money. Yeah. And I told him I wasn't helping nobody, Mark. Go fuck yourself. He's like, what? I'm kidding. You know, it's funny though, but same to what you were just saying, right? But if you go to Sparky, right? I guarantee if you tell Sparky on truck 101, how much is your fuel a week? I bet he knows it. I bet you if Sparky knows how much he's going to pay his driver a week ahead of time, I bet you Sparky knows what his truck payment is weekly. I bet you knows what his insurance.
So if I post on my page that this week fuel surcharge is 90 cents, Sparky will send me a text and he'll go, yeah, I'm at 98, bitch.
So let's go back to let's go back to we running a business 2 days week to week, or are we planning for 50?
I ask people that question first time right off the bat. Do you want to be in business 5 years from now, or is this just like a 2-week fantasy you're having.
Is it like where you go get Ryder and Penske or rental trucks on bad credit or whatever you got, then you give it back to get a lawsuit for a year?
Sure. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, that's the problem. Because if you're thinking about today and tomorrow and next week, you're not ever going to have a fuel surcharge. You're not ever going to have a rate because you're always dictated by everybody else. What everybody else is doing. You have a plan where you're doing local, regional, and dedicated, like when Frank tried to help all those guys with that freight going from Nashville to Louisville, and that rates were going up. And now all those people now would love to have that freight from Nashville to fucking Louisville and back every day.
Yeah. It's full. They're full.
Get it.
You know, when people like my son put stuff out there, they're going to fill it up. They're not going to sit around for 6 months and keep begging him back. They're going to fill it up. Sparky's lanes, his trucks are full. All his spots are full. He doesn't have his slot. So when somebody says, "Hey, I ain't pulled a load of freight in 3.5 months. I need to go back to work, brother," Sparky be like, "I'm full, brother. I asked you about this 3 months ago." No. Sparky say, "I was in a meeting this morning with my shipper. This morning they spent 510 grand in fuel surcharge last week. My question to them was, how long can they sustain this? Their answer to me was, we have incoming outcomes contracts. However, this is uncharted territory. We may at one point decrease what we are shipping, meeting on a weekly basis instead of monthly."
Yeah,
that's the thing.
That's the problem with freight because people can't afford it. Like, you know how many of these resident customers that I know that are like the airplane hits the runway and they're bidding the freight, like right for the customers. They're doing the same. And all the drivers are out here because all we care about is us. We don't care about other people. We don't care about other people's families. We don't care about the people in the stores, but we're sacrificing, right? You're the driver because you choose to get a CDL. You choose to drive a truck. You chose to become a box truck, hotshot, semi. No one forced not one of you. There's only quit. Walmart's hired for $120,000 a year, full benefits. Get the fuck off the road. Save us a headache.
Yeah, they used to have a 3-year waiting list. Ask me how I know.
I already know.
I'm on live with Shaggy right now.
Outcomes. So today I was looking.
Okay.
Who was that?
Frank 3.
Oh, right on. So today in this market, something must be wrong because I see 500 new MC numbers, Frank. I mean,
how many people in the last 2 years? Sparky's listening. How many people, Sparky and Shaggy, how many people in the last 2 years went out and bought a truck, high dollar, paid the top dollar for it, probably paid 40% more than it was
because you can't buy a used one, Frank. You got to have a brand new one because of the repairs, man.
Yeah. Because they can't go to California if they don't have a new truck. And they want that new truck. They're new at this, and by God, if I'm going to be out there in a truck, I want a new one. They went out and bought all these trucks.
486. Right off. I'm looking right on the FMCSA.
They bought 486. They went out and paid double for a trailer. And they think that they get up in the morning and turn on DAT. And that's the business that they went into. That's what they think.
This is my favorite.
They don't know any different. Now all of a sudden you see all over social media, yeah, we're gonna sell our truck and fuck Joe Biden. Fuck him, we're selling our shit. Oh God.
And then the next guy comes in and something changes again.
Somebody say, I like my trucks like I like my men, old and rusty. Hey, you know what they say? The older the bull, the stiffer the horn.
So check this out. Look, I'm zooming. I'm putting this up here. This is nuts. So this is this morning. There's 152 pages on FMCSA's registry right here. So you look at this, and you go down here. Let me screw back down a little bit here. We'll go right here. Look, he starts down here on page, and a lot of these guys are getting rejected because of their compliance, because they all came in with no compliance problems and they didn't get inspected in the last 2 years.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So they're revoking them like crazy. It's not all because they're dumb. But you look on here, man. 486 new authorities still in this market coming in, and not one of them have a clue. Probably 40% of them are going to use a dispatching service because they think that's the way you're supposed to do it, right?
Yeah. Hold
Look
on a
at
minute.
this.
Hold on.
Look at this, guys. Revoke, discontinuance, revoke. Everybody's like, well, these guys are these aren't new ones, dude. These are new ones. These are old ones. These are guys. It's a ton of them, man. This is just insane. You are very right, Sparky. It's a blind lead in a blind. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to teach dispatching webinar tonight, and I've been in here rewriting everything, and I'm rewriting it all so I can start out because I'm adding more stuff to it. And I'm talking about what kind of carrier will you be? You know what I mean? Will you guys? I mean, it's funny because dispatchers without MC numbers, Frank, can go out and build networks and relationships, but carriers can't.
Yeah. But the other one's Sparky and Shaggy. The other guy out there is, and I see him on social media. They go down to Orlando and they deliver a load. And this guy said, "Well, I found a load coming out of here. It was $3 a mile." But then some guy called in and told him he'd do it for $2. And the guy that did it for $2 gets on there and goes, "I got $5 a mile coming down here. I'm doing it to get my fuel money back out. Fuck you." That's your enemy. That guy's your enemy.
Right.
But he got his money going down. What are you going to argue with that guy? What are you going to tell him?
Because he's going to do it for 50 weeks. He's going to do it every week for the next 50 weeks, then repeat it again next year.
Yeah.
But see, even that $5 and that $2 coming out, he's probably still doing $3.23 a mile, and his cost for a one truck authority is probably $247, $250, maybe $270 now with fuel going up. Depends on his discounts. And he has something that he can go get 10 more trucks and bring on because he can duplicate the number.
It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. The difference right now between freight rates on the spot market and freight rates on the spot market 6 months ago, the difference is the drivers. That's it. Customers are still begging for the trucks. Are they not?
Oh, that all day long. I can tell you.
Long. They're still begging for trucks.
This lady I talked to yesterday, she works for, I'll get the name of the beauty salon. It's they sell all the beauty salon warehouses all over the United States. It was crazy too. What this company, I thought they would be like a lot of beauty stuff makeup and stuff comes from China, but they still do a lot here. I didn't know it. A lot of their chemicals are here in the United States.
Oh yeah.
They use the manufacturers. So half her business so she's the management and the logistics and all the insurance and environmental because they do so much hazmat. And she was talking about all the carriers that are coming in, these brokers that are coming in, and the brokers are coming in and they're not paying attention to any fucking detail because they have no skin in the game. And this is hazmat stuff. This is certain kinds of insurance, it's certain kind of money, different loads on one. Some of it's expensive. How are you going to get a customer or move into a customer when you don't understand that kind of stuff? She don't have no time for you to explain it to you. She's got a plane to catch.
People get in there and they get in these ruts and they keep doing what they're doing. They wake up one morning and they're broke. They're broke. They don't push ahead. Like Sparky said, industry changes so much, it takes a lot of work to keep up. But you got to do that work. I can't do it for you. I can't do it for you. He can't do it for you.
I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah, we can't do that work for you. We can point you in the right direction. That's what we do. Contract freight hasn't went down. However, these shippers see this shit makes it hard at renewal contracts for everyone. Yeah, same here. Sparky, 95% of what we do is contract, and it's dedicated. They just want more trucks. They haven't mentioned rates yet, and they're right on time with the fuel surcharge.
Because that's the only thing DAT and freight waves have to make money is drama. They're news.
That's it.
That's the difference between Jeff Nuttall.
We came to work one morning about 3 months ago on a Monday, and all of a sudden rates were cut in half on the load boards.
Yep.
On the load board. 3 months. On the load board. And you and I started screaming, the shippers haven't dropped their rates, guys. That's not what's happening here. That's how the brokers all got together, had their big get together, had their big whoop-de-doo, got their big get together, and they said, yeah, push them back down. Now they're going to find out how far you go. Just like they did 3 years ago, they're going to find out how far down you'll go. These oil companies, these fuel companies that are making record profits, they're going to find out how much you will pay for fuel before you stop.
Because no one's going to stop them.
Nobody stops them.
And you don't want the government involved anyways.
No.
So Yeah, I got so much to talk about. It's crazy. But there's a guy, like, I seen a video the other day, and I don't get a chance to watch other people, but this guy came on, and he was for some big brokerage company, kind of like your friend at CR England. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Big guy. And I
Yeah.
remember the title on his name, and some people may have seen it. And he says, I don't know why people don't understand, right? So the mega carriers run the show, and then the mega brokers run the show. They have a meeting at TIA every year or multiple times. And they just had it a while back, but it has nothing to do with it. So every year, Frank talks about contracts. All the time, we used to talk about contracts, bidding contracts, rate RFPs. We've talked about it a million times. How we even put one in a group, and one guy knew how to fill it out. Everybody talks like they did, right? Matt Ames, remember? I remember. Yeah. And so this guy's talking about when people are so confused, it's a free for all. You look, every year these customers put their stuff out there. They don't keep it the same, like Conair, all these guys. And the big guys come in and they take what they want, right? They take what they want. And then the leftovers that they can't handle goes where, Frank?
It goes on the low boards. It's
and
leftovers.
If there's a lot of
it's
it, if there's a lot of leftovers, like what happened after COVID, how much freight's on the low board?
It varies from day to day, but yeah.
And then as soon as that volume takes down and they take what they consume, so that's where Sparky said contracts, whether it's verbal or contract, you go and make a relationship just like them. Half the brokers you're working with that don't even have trucks.
I saw a guy made a little video. He's a trucking company in East Tennessee. He's a small guy. He's got 8 trucks. He makes videos all the time. I see him all the time. And he's on there talking about, my customers call me up. He said, if I haul a load through a broker, all those customers call me up and want me to haul their freight direct. They want me to haul it direct. Well, I didn't know until the end of the video, but this guy doesn't haul van freight. He doesn't haul reefer freight. He doesn't haul flatbed freight. He hauls boats. That's what he does. That's what his equipment.
I'm having trouble finding shippers that are willing to work with a one truck guy.
Then you need to listen to Deb Dingo on my page. She walked into a shipper the other day, just walked in. She just walked in and she said, I would just like to haul your freight direct. And they're offering her 3 to 5 loads a day. She's only got one truck. So she picks whichever one she wants and goes out and haul it. And then sends them a bill. They don't have a set rate. She sends them a bill, and they've never, ever questioned her rate or her fuel surcharge. And I'm here to tell you, I know Deb, she's getting her 90 cents a mile fuel surcharge. You bet on that.
Watch the video.
But they're begging them. They're begging them.
Go watch the video. She told the video.
Yeah, she told you how she did it, who she talked to, what she did. And since that happened, she's done it 2 more times. Another lady friend of mine that's got 2 trucks now, she just bought another one over the weekend. She hauls flatbed and she runs out west all the time. She's had 3 people call her up begging her to haul direct.
Everywhere I'm listening, I keep hearing customers, Frank. Like I was just telling you earlier, because I'm talking about opening the brokerage right now, and you already got the brokerage. So I'm like, do I want the headache, or do I just want to send them down to Frank and let them move them? So they're coming in, and do I want the headache to tell people what to do? I'm so tired of people not doing the fucking work. It's like explain it. It's if you want to be a one truck guy living off brokers, then do it. You want to be a one truck guy using dispatching services to dictate your destiny until you fall on your fucking face, then do it. You want to be a truck company with no diversity, or one guy that the parts break down and you have no other, didn't do it. But if you want to build a trucking company with a brokerage, dispatching, trucking, learn how to dispatch for others to fill a plan in an area where you want to work instead of freight chasing everywhere, then you're going to have to do the work.
Yeah. Sparky says, honestly, I've worked with smaller trucking companies in my area, and they work with me. We help each other, cover each other's stuff.
You know what I preach?
That's how I got into brokerage.
That's how we preach.
We had our trucks, and me and all the guys around here, you know how it is. You know the guys around you're used to, you did, but all the guys around Nashville, we have a couple loads left over we couldn't cover. I just call somebody up. Hey, dude, can you handle it? And same with me. They'd call me. Hey, dude, I got 2 loads left there. I got one Tuesday and one Thursday. Can you help me out? Yeah, sure. And then one day I woke up. I'm a big guy. I'm a big guy on liability. I got up and I said, I probably should cover my ass. So I got my brokerage authority, which back then, all they did was add a B to your MC number. I didn't have to have a bond. I didn't have to have any of that bullshit. None of that bullshit. And there was no DAT. There was none of that bullshit back then. And we just started working the phones. And I knew that I was a broker when I hired a guy and got him a computer and put him in a room. And I said, all right, anything those guys in there don't cover, that's yours. You can cover it. That's when I became a broker. That's how. Just working with other carriers, just dealing with it.
And you think about it
We
anyway.
operate on that same principle now. Old school, get to know each other, find out, deal with people you trust.
What do you want to do? Give it to people on load boards, or carriers that have the same size as you that want the same rates as you, so you can sell your customer for 50 weeks.
Are you going to send some smelly son of a bitch that hadn't had a bath in 3 weeks and throws his piss bottle out in the parking lot? You going to send that guy to your customer? Is that what you're going to do?
No.
You're going to take that chance, and maybe he'll pick it up, and maybe he won't. Sparky say networking is the key. Exactly.
Man, I'm getting ready to teach that all week.
Yeah, networking. See, I happen to know Sparky gets on my page and he talks, and he's a friend of mine, but I happen to know that Sparky doesn't like me. I know that, but we network anyway because we're like brothers, like that.
I don't like you either.
I know. I hang out with people that don't like me after like 6:30 at night.
Those are the ones that do like you or don't like you?
That do like me after 6:30. Yeah. They bring me
shit. Is that the key, where business is business and then you flip the ship and friends are friends, or relationship? Is that afterwards?
Business is business, whether you like it or whether you don't. It's not emotional. It's not about that. It's not about who you like. It's not who's pretty. It's not any of that. It's damn sure not emotional. Business is business. We do business.
So what were we going to get on and talk about? Because all morning, all I heard was people talking about how we need to regulate the government, how people are fucking assholes because they're taking cheap freight. And you go look at these guys. They live in Indiana, but they're in California, right? They live in Indiana. They're in Washington. They live in Indiana. They're in Savannah, Georgia. And it's like,
Yeah. Sparky say money doesn't have feelings. No, but it makes me have feelings.
Helps out a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
I have money. I can put more cool stuff and wrap my scooter outside. The new one I just got.
Don't wrap that thing. That's so cool looking.
I can't. It's sitting outside. It's so beautiful. And
I know.
Are you going to wrap it? I'm like, how do you wrap something with so much foam and maroon?
You don't do that. If you would put your name on it or something, that's one thing. But don't wrap it with that cool paint, man. That's a cool looking machine.
It's awesome.
It is. Yeah. It is.
He said we don't need government. We don't need government. So why is it just lazy? People don't want to work.
I think part of it is that they don't know. Honestly, I have never ever blamed somebody for being ignorant. If they don't know, they don't know. But I do blame people for being stupid.
Yep. Here's the thing. Every time I have a call about dispatching or people that do insurance, I'm like, so while you're waiting for your insurance, what are you going to haul? Your authority, what are you going to haul? Why would you drive in? Okay, so you're getting your authority. You're going to go active. Are you going to do Amazon? So what if Amazon screws you and you have to go back to the general population like freight? And I said, what are you going to do? Like right now, you're starting your authority. Are you still working? Are you leased on with somebody? Oh, you are. Oh, you're not. Or whatever. Oh, you're coming in as an investor. Oh, yeah. So what kind of product, what kind of trailer, what kind of equipment are you going to use, and where are you going to haul? What's your local dedicated regional route that you're going to have before you go active? Like if Sparky Anderson, his customer called him and said, man, I need 5 trucks. Well, do you think so? He would, if Sparky wasn't working for that customer and he didn't know Sparky, how would that customer find Sparky and know that Sparky needed freight from that city he lives in going to where he wants to go if Sparky didn't put it out there 20, 30, 40 days at a time in network? Well, you think they're just, you think all these projects, Frank, are done today and tomorrow?
No, they're not.
That's where the confusion is. Why do we run a business like that, though?
I don't get it. And I'm going to put a plug in here because I got to go to lunch. I'm going to put a plug in. If people sign up, I put a thing on your pages this morning. You guys, if you sign up for Shaggy's courses, you need to do all 3, and here's why. He's put this thing together, and I've watched him do it for years and years, that if you take all 3 of his classes, he will take you through a really good, I'm not pulling your leg. A really good basic introduction to the whole industry. He'll answer a million questions. He'll take you through that. One of the courses, I mean, if you just want to take the brokerage course, don't think you're going to come out of that knowing everything there is to know about the business. You'll have a good idea, but you won't know. Take all three of them, get that shit behind you, and I have never once in 5 years, 6 years, I've never once heard anybody that came out of his webinars and go, gee, I didn't learn nothing. I've never done it. Never done
like,
it. Never done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, what did you go through?
Because if one person ever did that, Shaggy'd be on the phone with me for like 3 weeks.
I would. I'd have a depression problem.
He would.
Dude, I sit in there because I've taught it so many times now. Everybody looks like this in there, like that. Because it's like 11:40 at night. We started at 6 o'clock, and I have to tell them to fucking leave, And we're sitting in there like, get out. And then Frank shows up. It'll be forever because then he'll start talking about stuff, and it's crazy. And then they just sit there. It's like we're groupies for like we're like Eddie Van Halen walking down the, like they're following us, and it's crazy because it's just so much information that is put into it that we all put in there that, you teach them the beginner, then you teach them like they've been in business 10 years and expect them to act like they already know this now, right?
Yeah. I do that government. I did it last week and I had a shit ton of people in there. And it's really weird because I've seen people when I do those little government things, I've seen the same people in there like 3 or 4 times. And, they'll come in there and they'll keep and people, that's it. That how I tell you to get into it, how I tell you to go, that's it. There isn't any more.
No,
it is so big that once you get in there, it's like Christmas in July. I mean, all these doors will open up and you'll see all this shit. But the way to get started is real simple, and it's the same for everybody, no matter who you are.
You pay a lady in Memphis to do it for you, and then in that 1-day class for 4 hours, and then you're set, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. And you'd be amazed. Shaggy had a guy one time down in Orlando. He said, I'd like for you to come to Orlando and set my company up. I said, bitch, you can't afford me. Yeah. Yes, I can. I have a lot of money. And I said, okay, it's $150,000 and I don't guarantee you anything. Well, I'll get back with you. That's what I thought.
There's Barb.
What up, Barb? What up?
She's the one that texted you earlier. She's stressing because Joe needs to do the work.
She needs to get Joe to fuck out of that lounge chair and go to work.
It's the problem. She knows it. She knows it. She said it on the phone. It's learning.
Hey, before I go, I got some trucks for sale. If you know anybody wants trucks, let me tell you something.
What kind of truck?
If you haven't figured it out by now, with DEF drying up, Pilot put signs on their pumps yesterday. They're out.
Yeah, I seen another 3 posts this morning of popping
if
everywhere.
You haven't figured out by now that all this emission shit and all that is fucking you up and going to fuck you up more in the future, you better figure it out. But me and Ricky got some trucks for sale. Send me a message. I got 3 trucks for sale right now.
And we got financing.
We got financing. I can finance it. Shaggy can finance it.
No, don't fight. You guys can, but we have together. We have finance. You got 600 plus credit. If you're 700 to 600, you better have 40% down, 30 to 40. If you guys are 700 plus with 2 years experience, if you have no experience, it's better. You better have money down. But guys, these are still, everybody's got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So, it's the opportunity. But if you go buy a truck, make sure you have a plan, though, right? We want you to make the payments.
Have a plan.
What kind of trucks you got right now?
I got a couple. I got a Peterbilt. I got a 2000 Peterbilt. It's pre-ELD, pre-emissions. You don't need ELD. You can do paper logs. You with me? You can actually drive the truck.
Can I have 3?
Okay. Huh?
3 logbooks?
Yeah, you can have them in 3 different states. That's yeah. I got 1, 2. Actually, I got 3 Freightliners. All of my trucks are pre-emissions. They got none of this emission shit. You don't need
Did you sell the automatic?
Huh?
Did you sell that pretty red automatic?
Yeah, Jacinda bought that.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
Yeah.
So you got 3 sticks? 4
They're all sticks. They're all sticks. One's an 18 speed, one's a 13 speed, one's a 10 speed.
And if somebody wants to put some money in on top of what you're paying and have it changed around and customized, can they have it?
Yeah, we do that all the time. Do it all the time.
I love it.
Yeah. You want to change the color, want to change the seats, you want to put big stacks on it, you want to put a big stereo in it, whatever you want, we do it. We'll do it. We'll do it.
And they can reach either one of us. They can call me and I'll direct them right to you, or message Frank, or go reach. Oh, what are you doing tomorrow night before you go? Tuesday night, 7 o'clock.
Oh, we're talking brokers.
More broker stuff.
Broker.
And then
I'm tired of hearing people get on social media and go, "Yeah, I'm gonna park my truck because these brokers are fucking me." I'm tired of it.
No, but you never once asked.
Hey, you don't like brokers, bitch? Don't use them. Don't like them? Don't use them.
Yeah,
go find your own freight.
How many of those people have actually asked the customer or pulled in a parking lot and asked for freight? Like literally opened their mouth and said, and here's why they're all failing too. I'll just tell you before you go. Like we were talking about it earlier. When you go to a customer, don't walk in and expect them to give you freight because you walk in and say hi. I mean, it will work, right? Anytime you do to walk in, it's a good chance, right? There's always a chance. But know what they ship, know what they manufacture, know where it's going, know the equipment, and don't be dumb. Don't just walk in and be like, "Hey, I'd like to haul your loads. You got any available? I have truck." Tell them what.
How you doing? My name's Barney. I'd like to haul all your freight. How many trucks you got? You sitting out there, old blue?
I got 1 and 3.
I got 1. It ain't gonna work.
Well, it's not gonna work. You got to go in and find out. You got to know what they're having trouble with, know if they have carriers, and know what their problems are. You got to be able to help them. They're busy. They're doing things.
But like we said earlier, every single one of them is looking for trucks. Everybody. And they will tell you straight up, you talk about one truck. They'll tell you, yeah, we don't like messing with brokers, but we can't find carriers to haul our shit.
No. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
I just walked outside. There's a time. I swore I just heard it yesterday from a company. She sat there and said they can't find trucks.
Yeah, can't find trucks.
So
can't find trucks. My buddy at CR England, we keep talking about, he's 600 trucks short on his dedicated accounts right now. And he's got 650 trucks sitting on his yard out in Salt Lake City with no truck drivers in them. People need trucks. And 2, a lot of these guys that think they can just chase freight all day, play the low boards, don't understand fuel surcharge, don't even ask for it, they're going broke. So there you go. It's out there. You can either be one of the people that survives, takes advantage of this market and survives, like Sparky Anderson, that grows and gets bigger and better, or you can be a victim. Pick one.
And you know that before you go, stop listening to people that are owner operators that are on YouTube and Facebook. And these guys, I mean, if you're a one truck guy, listen to maybe a one truck guy. If that's all you want to be.
Yeah.
If you're an owner operator, listen to an owner operator. You know what I mean? That's all he does is he's owner operator, at least to a guy. He don't pay nobody. That motherfucker doesn't know what it's like to have a fucking FedEx thing get caught up in snow and not be able to have to pull money, $50,000 worth of payroll out of his own pocket, hoping he gets it back in time and float it. Or if he don't pay his drivers, what's he going to do? He can only tell you about how he got fucked and how his story of what he heard everybody else. Everybody out there wanting to fight the government, travel across the country and stuff. You get caught up in these influences where all these people are home sitting in their house that don't have nothing to do with the industry. And then they get caught up with these guys that are out there doing this stuff. And they're out there running, especially when that government stuff was just going on recently. Like how many of those guys really had more than one truck or their owner operator or whatever? They don't have any investment. Where's their customers at? Where's their relationships at? Where's their business they've had out there? Where's their big taxes they have to pay and have to write off so they can stay in business? Do they even know what it's like to make $500,000 straight profit and actually know what it took to keep it?
Hey, I got to go because my yardbirds are getting cold.
Later.
Do
they know that stuff? Do they actually pay attention? They don't. They don't even know what a network is because they've all done it for themselves. And when they were self-dispatching, they couldn't get customers because the relationship with the carrier they work with doesn't go that far. These people are out here, you're listening, you're seeing them because they're hurting because they don't have the education. They don't have the plan. And obviously they're stupid because they want the government involved. Government hasn't done nothing good for us. You know what I mean? It hasn't done nothing at all. If you were really worried about your business, you would get your authority, or you would advance your authority. You learn about diversity. You learn about networking. You've learned the difference between rate brokers and relationships. You've learned the difference of why are you in California when you haven't even taken care of your own fucking backyard? Like, you live in a town for 10 years, 20 years, and you haven't walked in one fucking customer, and your kids probably played baseball with them. Not right here. None of them. You let other people come in and do it for you because you're already running there as brokers. You got a fucking truck. You have a trailer, hauls freight. Go tell them. Tell them. But when you go into them, know what they ship, know what they manufacture, know what it takes to secure, know where their freight is picking up and going. Know, do they work with TQL or do they work with carriers or other brokers? Who do they work with? The freight's not going to be sitting there with a red flag on the dock saying, come get me, motherfucker. You know what I mean? You guys need to pay attention. If you guys are open, I'm doing dispatching week, and this is one of the most important things about networking. If I was a customer or I was a broker, now remember, there's a difference. Are you guys going home on weekends? Do you want to go home during the week? Do you want to stay out 30 days at a time because that's what you were only mentally built in your head that you got to do? Are you going to trace produce that requires you to stay out like that? Are you going to do chicken where you can do drop and hook, or beef where it's drop and hook and you can get preloaded trailers and run like the wind and come back? What are you going to do? What is your business plan? Like, did you write it down and understand it before you started? And then once you understood what you wanted to do, did you tell people about it? How do we know? Just because you posted on the board and had a bunch of people call you with stuff you didn't want doesn't mean you did anything. And what are you emailing? When you email, what are you telling them? You that one person say, hey, I got a couple trucks empty. We go anywhere. We'd like to have this rate and stuff like that. Are you getting more detailed? Are you there every week? Are you there every day? Well, I'm not there anywhere right now, so how can I post out there? Why can't you network? Why can't you network? Why can't you network? Just because my truck's not, why can't I post my truck in Indianapolis for 30 to 60 days and leave it up and refresh it? You too fucking lazy to answer the phone after 5? You too fucking lazy to be available when you just get out of church to answer a call when a problem is up? Most of your problems happen after 5 anyways, or 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, and on the weekends anyways. When are you going to be available, and how am I going to find you if I'm a salesperson? You think everybody does sales today? Remember, if I'm a customer or I'm a broker and I have freight that you could need, how would I find you and how would I offer it to you? What do you have available? You know, so many people do posting and stuff and don't even know that a lot of customers have their own trailers. Some customers don't. Some customers have their own trucks. Well, if you're a power only and you're out there all the time, or even if you're a dry van in a certain area and I needed your truck, if I had loads that covered you for 50 weeks at $1 per mile rate that you needed to pay your bills, would you drop your trailer? Would you drop your trailer and pull for me? Are you really taking the 3 hours a day or 4 to network after you're done with all your other jobs? It's hard. I watch my wife right now help me run my 4 or 5 businesses, plus her new martial arts school, and all the time that's involved for little money coming out, and that's wearing her out, and all our vacations are gone. You know what I mean? And all that good stuff, because we're trying to make a place for people to come because it's something she loves to do, but it's running a business. It never was fun unless you do it right. You know, a guy can go out there and have 5 company trucks and be enslaved to 5 company trucks all his life and only go on vacation once a year. And every time he broke down, he gets the joy of driving in the truck to make up for the next one. And while he's running his company, another guy could go out there and buy 15 trailers and lease on owner operators and never really be in the office past 3 or 4 and let those motherfuckers pay for everything and make $500,000 a year. If he has the freight too and the brokerage, there's $1 million off the same 15 trucks. And those guys are still happy because it'd be knocking out 350 to 400,000 a year on top of that. There's plenty to go around. What kind of plan will you have? Or are you just going to go and take some winger dingers dispatch school where all they do is teach you how to log into a load board and how to call a factoring company, do some invoices and some generic calls where you go, yeah, my name is Steve. Yeah, I was calling about the load for Columbus, Ohio. When's it pick up? Yep, when's it deliver? And then, oh, you post your trucks. But when I post trucks, they call me with all this loads going all over the place that doesn't pay worth the shit. It's cheap freight. I don't want to post no more. And now you're sitting there on the load board again going, yeah, is that available? Oh, yeah, man. Lots of companies got thumb on nowadays. TD telling them to stay out is the only way to keeping them out 3 weeks to 6 months at a time away from family. This is why TD divorce rates is going up. And when my first started 40 years ago with companies, he told me them he has a home, not living in a truck on weekends. I got it. This is exactly right. And that's just because of the lack of the education in this whole industry. It's all a free for all, and everybody has agenda, and it's you. So why are you worried about everybody else's agenda? Why don't you make your own and stick to it and do the work and stop being fucking lazy? Make the 30, 40 phone calls a day. You don't have to make 100 every day. And when you get those 4 or 5 people, ask for the freight. You have them on the phone. If you did your homework and you knew their lanes and knew exactly what they needed help with, you would have known that before you called. And if you don't know, then still call and ask for their problems. Get them to tell you. They're on the phone. They already said hello. Sometimes they do real quick. We're like, yeah, we work at carriers. Just fill out your stuff and send it to us and we'll keep in touch. That's a blow off. That's because all you did is call in as a carrier and say, hi, my name is Shaggy with Shaggy's Express, and we got trucks. We're a carrier right down the street. We'd like to work with you. And they're like, you know what? We've had that same call 5 times this morning. And as soon as I get some loads, I'll give you a call if I need you. And we'll just keep you on the list. Is that okay? You're like, well, that kind of suck. Well, did you tell them what they manufacture? Did you tell them what kind of trailers they use? Did you tell them how many you had? Did you tell them about the lanes that you know they're not getting covered? And did you ask them, are they just a cheap fucking customer, or do they really like working with carriers that can cover this all the time for you, right? I'm here all the time. Obviously, you need it because you're using randoms. You like using randoms, or do you really want your freight taken care of? Are you really a salesperson, or are you just a person that's trying to do something, hoping it falls in your lap? I'm just like, it's my tinker business. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like really fun. I just call up, yeah, man, I don't know. It's good. It's like, sounds like half the people that call me want to be brokers with trucking companies. And I'm like, well, have you got a customer with your trucking company? What the fuck are you going to do with your broker? Because, see, you got to build your trucking company's product first. So that way you can sell it to the customers to get the product. Then you got to go do like Sparky said and go out and find all the other 1 to 10 to 15, 25 truck carriers that don't have salespeople and say, hi, my name's Sparky, and I got a customer that's running this freight all over. It's this kind of freight. It pays this much and it goes. Can you guys use this kind of freight since you're in the same area as me? And then you find like 10 carriers with 10 trucks that all don't have salespeople that are on load boards, and they all want 340, whatever a mile for 50 weeks. That means one pays good, the other one, or whatever their number is, because they have a plan. And then you get multiple streams in. I know most of you won't listen because you're one truck, your credit sucks, or whatever. Your wife's not helping. You got dispatching service booking your loads. You don't believe what I'm saying. I get it. That's why me and Frank get tired. And I haven't been on as much going live because I get tired of telling people to do the fucking work, do the freaking work, do the work, do the network. Stop being lazy. If you're not a salesperson, then stop fucking running your trucking company and go lease on. If you're a one truck guy, you should be an owner operator. If you can't do nothing, you can't protect yourself, you can't make any money, you want to cry and blame all the people on there. If you're going to be a fleet, then you should do it a different way. You know what I mean? I tell those that are in this rut, check you out to come above and figure out to get with companies. Thanks, man. We really appreciate that. I literally, besides doing a video, I said like this week we have 27 in training starting tonight. And it's like that every other week, and you guys do the marketing for me. I just want you to be better than who you are. I want you to be the next thing. I want you to be able to go on vacation every month or every other month, or, well, maybe not with gas prices right now and stuff like that, but you still could. Because don't it seem like right now when you look around and you're driving down the road, there's people buying motorcycles, there's people going traveling, that fucking real estate market's off the chain. The stores are, all this stuff, campgrounds are booked out forever. But fuel prices are still high. Inflation's up. Where the hell are they getting all their money from? Well, some people have a plan and they figured it out and their expenses are understandable, and other people are just freight chasing and free for all in it, like Donkey Kong on crack. You know what I mean? Throwing barrels around. Then they go and cry like little babies, stick little fucking pacifiers in their mouth. And the only first thing they can do is become a loser. You know what loser stands for before I go? If you take the word loser and line it upright, it stands for lots of stupid excuses repeatedly because you got no education and you listened to the wrong fucking people or thought your friend. I can only imagine, like, how many people over the last 2 years that were in this gold rush with box trucks, straight trucks, hot shots, and semis said, man, my friend was doing it, man. He was doing really great. So if he's doing it like that, he's doing like $7,000 a week gross, man. He doesn't tell you what he's netting. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't tell you about the $2,000 a month or $500, $800 a week truck payment. Doesn't tell you about the $700 trailer payment. Doesn't tell you about the $1,500 of fixed costs in escrow or more he needs to keep out. Sure didn't tell you about having to pay the driver and himself. Then you got to pay the insurance and the fuel and all that stuff. Shit, you're probably out $8,000 a week. $7,500. Oh, you're just excited because he says he's doing so good. Was that before the last 2 months or 3 months, or was that last 2 years rush? Was that on the load boards? What are you going to do if Amazon screws you? All these trucking companies. What are you going to do when their flying devices and different things come out in the next 5 years and half their trucks that jumped in just to go to Amazon because the only thing they could buy is a truck, right? They couldn't afford a trailer and Amazon supplies them, all these guys. Well, those are the guys that dictate the rates. They're the ones that were fucking you on the other end anyways. So if they know how to dictate the rates in the market with the contract stuff, what do you think they're going to do when they see how many trucks are out there and how much freight there's not? And in the spot market where they can manipulate it. You think they're going to keep their rates high? You guys need to take some education and get a plan and understand what you guys need to do. You know what I mean? Take care of your business. Find out who you're working with. Remember, you're the only one that can do this, not your dispatching service, not these other brokers. It's you. You're the business. This isn't a fly-by-night thing. This isn't like just go throw it away when it's done. These are liabilities. There's lawsuits, $1 million liabilities. People get sued. You don't just get to go and, I mean, you can do a voluntary and shut it down, but there's a lot of risks. And you see it every day. There's a wreck on every street. So many details that you people are missing. Right now, you can't afford to. Could you imagine? Like, we had a lady call me this morning and she says, hey, Shaggy, I know you're going to teach me some stuff, but whenever I booked a load with this guy on Thursday, we were going to deliver on Friday, but I asked him we might be running behind before we took the load if we could deliver on Monday. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, did you get that in writing? Because once the thing changes, it only goes into writing, so you have something to verify. We're still working on it. The brokerage is probably going to open up. I think the MC number is getting ready to be, I'm going to file the MC number on July. And then I'm probably going to open it up in the first month of August. Once it's opened up, I've already got a list of people that I'm going to go work with and customers that are already talking to me, like the lady yesterday and stuff. So I'm going to do that. But I'm really wanting to do it all with my students, the carriers that I'm going to work with. And I want carriers only as the agents. And we're going to start out, me and Kyle Williams are going to start out with 3 or 4 and Frank. Sorry. And then I'm going to do, and I'm just on the fence because I haven't decided whether I'm going to go directly with Frank, or if since they already do a lot of it and this help with my part of it, or if I'm going to do the one myself. I really have so many irons in the fire with the school and everything that I'm doing right now with all the phone calls. Like, you got to understand, I do 22,000 minutes of phone calls, like crazy. So I really want to do it now that all that stuff went away. The only thing I haven't done, I've done the sales, I've done the operations and stuff. I've never done, I've done collections. I understand the days to control the days to pay the factory. I understand. I got it all down. But I've always been helping Corey and Marie and my buddy Jared, and I can just name off all the brokers do their stuff. But the sales part I have down and everything. It's just the part that always scares you is the liability and the claims, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So I'm preparing myself for that with documents. We're writing up all the agreements. I've learned so much that I didn't know over the years, along with what I do with having people come in and help and in my classes, because I'm the trucking, dispatching, the guys, sales guys. When we did loads, even when I wasn't hauling, if we did a customer load, it was always direct and we just factored it through our factoring company, So now when you start growing, when we started dispatching, I've always been relying on my friends that had brokerages to feed. So now it's going to change and we're going to do it ourselves. It's coming. We're going to, Shaggy's Logistics will open probably August 30, in the month of August or the beginning of August. We'll have it open. And we're going to do it all bunch of carriers, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm going to use my students and previous students to do it. And I'm just going to have some fun. Like, I really have nothing to lose, right? Unless a big claim or something happens. So that's really not, because I don't need the money. And so it's going to be more of a fuck everybody project. And we're going to do it all ourselves and stop training the competition to a type of point. And we're just going to do it. Like, I can't wait to go ride around and do live videos and just like walk in customers. No, I'm not going to walk in this tank top, but I might put a Shaggy's. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to put on a nice shirt. I'll wear khaki shorts. If it's an industrial place, I'll probably put on steel-toed shoes and walk in. I'm not dumb, right? And then again, I might wear flip-flops going in. I might just walk in and say, holy shit, I was driving down the road and I seen you guys here and I haven't been over here much because I'm so busy with my customers down here. I wanted to stop by because I see you guys got flatbeds dropped in the parking lot. We're asset based. And I was wondering, you guys busy with, you need more carriers to help you with some of the lanes you're having trouble with? We deal with flatbed all the time. Some of my guys love hauling coils out of Henderson, Kentucky. We do stuff out of Portage, Indiana and stuff like that. And we're really ready to expand our network a little bit. So I figured I've been dying to get over here and work with you guys. I've been so busy. Are you guys working with new carriers, or you guys just work with brokers, or what's the situation here? So I just want to go do that a bunch and then try to video some of it a little bit. It's going to be a lot of fun. Last TD has all the didn't license and quit last trucking place. He was only given 200 to 300 miles to run, not making. I said he should be getting dollars for his qualifications. I agree 100%. Get paid what you're worth. It's just like you should know your numbers, every number. All right, guys, I got to go take care of Melissa. She's sick. You guys have a really great day. In 3 hours, we have dispatching class firing up. I think we have one, or we're completely sold out. I believe we're completely sold out, matter of fact. And the next class next week has 6. It's coming up on June 27th, and it'll be me, Shaggy, and Marie with Romero Logistics. She comes in. She loves teaching people on Tuesday. And it's really cool having your students come back in and help you. So you guys, man, really take care of yourself. I know stuff's really hardcore right now. I know you're listening to all these people looking for answers. I know the markets and the load boards are hard on you. Brokers seem like they don't care. That's because you're working with the wrong ones. You know what I mean? There is a difference. There's great brokers, man, and there's bad ones. But it doesn't matter which broker you work with. If you don't understand your lanes and your product that you want for yourself to make what you need on a 50-week basis instead of week to week, and how to diversify a network and build relationships, we've been preaching it forever. You're going to fail. You can't afford it. And if you don't understand the difference of the mouths to feed and the type of product you're dealing with, you're going to fail. So guys, have a really good week. I'll see you guys probably, I don't know, Thursday. Don't forget that Frank has 3 trucks for sale. If you guys need one, non-ELD, pre-emissions. And he has his show tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern time zone and G3 Trucks and Freight Group. If you haven't joined, go ahead, share the video. And guys, come and check us out in our Facebook group. If you haven't joined Shaggy's Consulting and Training Group, go do it. You guys take great care of yourself. If you have any trouble at all, the whole time we were live, my personal cell phone was right there on the bottom of the screen, 812-870-2039. That's my cell phone. It's right there on my phone. You can call me anytime you need help. I'm always available. That's what mentoring is about. I appreciate you guys and wish you the best of luck. Take good care of yourself and always network. First, build a plan. Start networking before you start. Build relationships. Then once you have your plan, make sure you duplicate it and help others, other carriers, other owner operators, vice versa, and grow your plan. It doesn't always have to be all like what it is right now. You know what I mean? Learn about fuel cards, discounts, Learn about your weekly average and increase it so you get covered for all your expenses. Learn how to pay yourself a paycheck. That's a starter, right? Peace, guys.